evening and welcome to Playoff Rugby for the Betfred Championship 2025 here at Boundary Park in Oldham. After a torrid 2024, Kyle Eastman in just under a year has revolutionised the Halifax Panthers and got them into the playoffs in 5th position. They award a trip away to his local club Oldham. One of the few sides who have beaten Halifax home and away in 2025. This is a much changed Halifax side from those 2 victories. We go into the playoffs, 5 wins on the spin, with all momentum and a massive travelling crowd come over the Pennines here on a Friday night in Boundary Park. Let's go through the teams. First and foremost for the Panthers. And Kyle Eastman has had all sorts of selection dilemmas and he gets to choose the team that he wants, apart from Jack Hansen out with a collarbone injury. But here we go. Fullback number 23, David Nofaluma. On the wings, number 2, Ben Tibbs, and 3, Charlie Graham. In the centres, number 4 and captain Ben Crooks, and 21, Alfie Johnson. Number 6, James Woodburn-Hall comes into the halfbacks, and 32, George Whitby. Could he have that little bit of Super League class against Super League chasing Oldham? In the pack, number 8, Brandon Douglas and Ronan Dixon, the D-men at prop with 9, Adam O'Brien back in the side at hooker. Back row, 11, Owen McCarron, 12, Adam Tangata, and 13, Jacob Fairbank. Vastly experienced back row for an all-important playoff clash. And on the bench, a very surprised but welcome return from a 14, Tom Inman, 17, Will Calcott, 20, Brad Graham, and 34, Vila Halafihi, with 15, Connor Davies, unlucky to be 18th man tonight if needed for Kyle Eastman's men. And for Oldham, the Roughheads, well, big spending Roughheads, applying for Super League, looking to finish as high in the playoffs. And they've got all sorts of Super League class in their ranks. They start off with number 1, Ryan Briley, a late season recruit from Salford, alongside 28, Ethan Ryan, and on the wing, 31, Phoenix Lalo Tonga guy, PLT on the other wing. 24, Ben O'Keefer, and 38, Ben Davies. As Halifax come onto the field in the chains, black strip. To delight those Halifax fans on the far side. Oh, this is good. The danger man at halfback, 42, Morgan Smith, and 23, Josh Drinkwater. In the pack, 12, Jack Ormanride at prop, alongside ex-Fax man Gil Duxton and Matty Wildy at 9, and captain of Oldham as well. Back row, alone earlier in the season, Tom Whitehead alongside the vastly experienced Matty Ashurst and Adam Milner. 13 locks the scrum. And on the bench, number 10, Owen Farnworth, 15, Jay Chapalau, 19, Ted Chapalau, and 30, George Hurst. With local boy, Halifax lad at Riley Dean, only good enough for the 18th man. Where's 20 for Oldham? Coached by Sean Long. Referee, the man in the middle, the man in blue in the middle, is Matty Lynn. Recently taking charge of his first Super League game. And playoff rugby is going to be Super League intensity as well. This is it. Business end of the season. It's the games we all wanted. The game we never thought we'd be playing at the end of the 2024 season. Here we go. It's going to be Oldham to kick off. Right to left as we look. They're playing in their traditional red and white. Halifax all in black. Can Halifax upset the apple cart and knock out a Super League applying side? Nothing to lose. It's going to be Oldham's kick off through Josh Drinkwater. And here we go. Woodburn Hall clicks it in, goal. Dixon jabs out, but it's a big defence for Oldham. 4 men in, 3 finish off the tackle. Halifax 5 meters out, and you can hear the Halifax fans in the background. What a noise. Douglas with the play the ball. And on to McCarron. Sorry, Fairbank that was. Oldham fans wanting a knock on, but Matty Lynn rules playing as Tangata gets Halifax out their own 20, only just. Goes for Nofaluma. I don't think you're expecting that, but he gets Halifax up to the 30. Last one goes back to Whitby. Long kick downfield, look to split winger and full back and does. PLT collects it on the bounce. It's a great chase from the Panthers, and PLT will play the ball just outside his own 20. Brilliant kick and chase from Halifax there. And on to Ethan Ryan. Big shot coming in from the Halifax defence in the shape of Brandon Douglas. Wilder goes blind. And again, McCarron completing the tackle. I think that's on Tom Whitehead. Wilder goes blind again. And on Drinkwater, we've got the 3-on-2. PLT steps back inside, run out of room. And Oldham making far too many yards, only 25 metres out from the Halifax line. Wilder finds Drinkwater. Milner finds Smith. Last one for Oldham. 20 metres out from the Halifax line. Wilder goes right. Smith puts it high. Collected really well there by Ben Tisby. Going to be pushed over the touchline as he is. Brilliant kick and chase there from Oldham, and Ben Tibbs probably showed a little bit of naivety there. First really big defensive test coming up for Halifax here. 2 minutes gone, still 0-0. And Oldham will have to play the ball 15 metres out from the Halifax line, centre field. Be Dobson to play. Wilder waits at Dumar. It's going to come this near side to Drinkwater. Drinkwater brings on Ashurst. Good collision there from Fairbank and McCarron. Oldham just outside Halifax's 10. Wilder finds Milner. On to Smith. Finds Brierley out the back. And he's knocked it on ball on as Ryan Brierley. Great defensive pressure there from Halifax. First error of the game from Oldham, and from one of the most experienced men on the field, Ryan Brierley. And Halifax. Oh no. Oh, it must have been a kick and knock on, my mistake. Oldham have the scrum. 10 metres out from the line. Centre field. Brierley breaks late left, but they go right instead. Here's number 4, Ben O'Keefe, brought down inside Halifax's 10 by Alfie Johnson. Smith. Hands on to Ormondroyd. Ormondroyd brought down the Halifax 10 by Douglas. Wilder goes left. Sorry, this one's Ormondroyd, my mistake. Oldham less than 5 metres out. Wilder goes left to Drinkwater. Short ball. Brilliant tackle down low by George Whitby. Fantastic defence. Brierley finds Drinkwater. On to Milner. Third on to Smith. Smith brings it O'Keefe from the angle. Great contact there. I think it's from Woodburn Hall, was it? No, it was by Fairbank it was. Drinkwater finds Brierley. Brierley puts on the Western Burners. Oh! Charlie Graham goes for the intercept. He had to go for it. Otherwise it was a try, but he knocks on. Halifax going with the second error of the game, but it was a try-saving error there from Charlie Graham. But it's another set of 6 on their own line for Halifax. Oh, they'll have another scrum 10 metres out. Can Halifax resist this pressure? Oldham stacking it right this time. There's all sorts of talking going on the back of that scrum with the goal left from Wildy. Here's number 38, Ben Davies, who scored a try for Oldham in the opening fixture this year. Here's Dodson. Dodson goes towards the post, tries to break out a tackle. Desperate defence there. I think from Ronan Dixon there. They spread it right. Oldham have got the man over, but they go straight into the arms of Adam Tangata, the runner. Tom Whitehead still tackles there for Oldham, less than 5 out. Wildy finds Drinkwater, grubs it through, and Whitby's there just to bat it dead. Oldham just ranking up the pressure with Halifax. Comfortable so far. Oldham forced the first goal line drop out of the evening as the clock ticks to 6 minutes and still no score. Oldham throwing everything at his Halifax line. Putting the ball out the back, early kicking the tackle count as well by Halifax through George Whitby. Resisting so far. Goal line dropout taken by Nofaluma. It's a booming one as well. Collects just in front of the halfway by Morgan Smith. Hands it on to Ormondroyd, who gets brought down just inside the Halifax 40. Wildy finds Drinkwater. Short ball to Dodson. Good tackle from McCarron. Held out by Douglas. Oldham just outside Halifax 20. Wildy goes blind. Brings on Ashurst. Good contact there from Nofaluma and Whitby. Oldham just outside the 10. Wildy finds Milner. Shows and goes. Finds Smith. Tangata rushes out the line and does just enough to put Smith off his stride, and 3 Halifax men put him down just inside the 10. Option left and right here for Wildy. He goes left. Finds Drinkwater out the back to Davies. Davies charges towards the line. Crooks has hold of him alongside Whitby. Brilliant tackle close to the line. Last one for Oldham. Right now, Halifax goal line. PLT finds Drinkwater. Chips towards the posts. Diffused in goal by David Nofaluma. Nofaluma going to take it quickly as away. It's Woodburn Hall. Woodburn Hall showing all his full-back instincts there. Brilliant take underneath the posts. And finds the 40 for Halifax. Brilliant defensive effort there from the Black Panthers here. And listen to that crowd. Brilliant noise. Halifax past halfway already. Dixon trundles it in, makes 3 Oldham defenders. 5 metres inside the Oldham half. O'Brien brings on Fairbank. Short ball to Douglas, turns in the tackle. Keeping the Oldham defence busy. 30 yards from the line. O'Brien finds Whitby, takes it to the line. Out the back to Woodburn Hall. Short ball to Tangata. Tangata will take Halifax inside the 20. Still tackles here for Fax. O'Brien waits. Finds Fairbank. Out the back to Whitby. Whitby grubbers through. Lovely little delicate kick. PLT collects and bats it dead. Brilliant set from Halifax. Fantastic. All the way up to the other end of the field. And George Whitby showing that Super League class. And listen to those Halifax fans again. Oh, playoff rugby. You got to love it. Just coming up to the 9th minute. Still 0-0. Oldham had 3-4 sets on Halifax's line, but couldn't breach it. Halifax have gone 100 metres upfield to force a goal line dropout. Drinkwater with a booming dropout, collected by Woodburn Hall. 10 metres shy of halfway, hands it on to Dixon, and Dixon, oh, great run there from Dixon. Will take Halifax 7 metres inside the Oldham half. O'Brien, short ball to Douglas. Good yards, unsurprising, and Douglas will take Halifax inside Oldham's 30. O'Brien waits, slow play the ball, goes blind to McCarron. McCarron will bring Halifax inside the 20. Crutch goes into dummy half. O'Brien at first receiver. Finds Dixon. Dixon will just focus it up the middle. 15 metres out from the Oldham line. Options left and right for O'Brien. Shimmies right and goes left. Finds Whitby. Out the back to Nofaluma. Brings on Alfie Johnson. Johnson will bring Halifax up 5 metres up to the line. Last tackle signified by Matty Lynn. He goes to Whitby. Crossfield kick. Looking for Crooks. Crooks. He goes over. And can Charlie Graham get him down? Yes! And Charlie Graham scores the first try of the evening. Brilliant, brilliant try. Sending the Halifax fans on the far side of the ground into the delirium. And after soaking up 3-4 sets on their own line, Halifax have gone up the other end of the field, forced the goal line drop out, and George Whitby, with a brilliant crossfield kick, went over Ben Crooks, bounced in the in goal, and Charlie Graham continues his try-scoring form, gets his 12th try of the season. And after the 10-minute mark here, it's Oldham 0, Halifax 4 with a kick to come. Brilliant play. Oh, I just need to catch my breath a little bit. Brilliant, brilliant play from Halifax. All important momentum coming into these playoffs. 5 wins on the spin and soaking up all that pressure on the goal line. And George Whitby, 25 metres back, right on this near touchline. On this right-hand touchline. Steps up, strikes it well. Can he curl it round? Oh, we're just curling too late. But Halifax, after 11 minutes, hold a very slender lead, 4 points to 0. And it's only the Halifax fans you can hear at the moment in Drinkwater. With a lackadaisical kick-off again. Bounces once, collected by Woodburn Hall. Hands it on to Dixon, and Dixon, strong Oldham defence, so they're going to push him back in goal. Halifax get there in numbers just to keep him in the field of play, just about. Very slow play the ball right in his goal line from Dixon. Here's Douglas, and Douglas will make 5 important metres for Halifax. Oldham poking the bear, you could say, for Oldham. And then really stepping up in defence as McCarron going great. Oh, that's a bad one. Adam O'Brien scooted out from dummy half, and that was a bad one. It won't surprise me if there's a card coming here. Halifax get the penalty, the first one of the game. But his referee, Matty Lynn, just rules penalty sufficient as George Whitby with a great touch finder. Brilliant touch finder there from Whitby. Brings Halifax 10 metres inside Oldham's half. Can Halifax go back to back? Crooks. Taps quickly. Flat ball. Oh, lovely play. Offload to McCarron. Halifax are 15 metres out from the Oldham line. Brilliant play. Nofaluma involved. Unsurprisingly. O'Brien, short ball to Douglas. Douglas, they're just standing and waiting for him in the Oldham defensive line. Douglas gets to within 5 of the Oldham line. The Panthers playing with the tails up here. O'Brien, short this guy's ball. Oh, Dixon nearly charged over, just fell short. Still tackles in the bag here for Halifax. O'Brien goes back to Douglas. Douglas, can he charge over? Douglas, is he over? And Brandon Douglas is charged over, and Halifax do go back to back. Oh, Halifax are upsetting the apple cart here. Super League bound Oldham, you could say, have been beaten by the championship side Halifax. And Halifax go 8 points to 0 with a kick to come. Brandon Douglas with his 7th try of the season. Halifax trusting the power in the forwards. Danger sign for Oldham defence. When 2 tackles before, they just stood and waited for Douglas. Lovely disguised ball by O'Brien, and Douglas had enough just to power his way over, plunk the ball down, and just come up to the quarter-hour mark here. It's Halifax 8-0 up with a kick to come from Whitby. Just too big and too strong, Brandon Douglas, who, if he's not in the running to be named one of the props of the year in the championship, there's something wrong. As Whitby 5 metres to the right of the post. 10 metres to the right, sorry. 19 metres out. Whitby strikes it perfectly, straight through the posts. And Halifax scored 10-0 up. What a response. The first 5-6 minutes were all Oldham, doing everything in the Halifax line. Forcing the goal line dropout, forcing the error. And Halifax have just done brilliantly since. 2 tries to zip. Drinkwater, the kick-off again. Woodburn all collects. Hands on to Dixon. Dixon does a lot better with that carry. As Oldham look a bit rattled here in the forwards. They've gone all out power. They've got 4 props on the bench as well as Tangata brings it on. What a season he's had, the 2025 star man. We'll play the ball on the 20. O'Brien goes blind. Woodburn all steps back on the inside, keeping the markers interested, and we'll go past the 30. O'Brien waits, short ball to Nofaluma. Nofaluma had Fairbank with him, but Nofaluma will just be held just shy of the halfway line. O'Brien jumps haven't done me half, finds Fairbank, and Fairbank will take fast past the halfway. Last one for Halifax, 5 metres inside the Oldham half. Goes back to Whitby. Whitby pulls it high. Looking for Crooks to chase, going to be too far. PLT collects, but it's a wall of black in front of him. Brilliant chase, fantastic chase. As PLT's trapped by Adam Tangata inside his own 10. Here's O'Keefe, a big collision there. Who else but Owen McCarron finished off a tackle that Brandon Douglas started. Davies. Big contact there by Fairbank. Held out by McCarron. Here's Farnworth, introduced early into the game. Will bring Oldham up to the 25 metre. Wildy goes left to Drinkwater. Drinkwater looking for a 40-20. He's going to stay in the field of play, but it's a great territory finder there. Nofaluma. Today's options finds. Oh, nearly great tackle to Crooks, but Crooks slips on this carpet turn. But Crooks does brilliantly to recover and makes 10 metres for his side. Halifax start the set off 25 metres from their own line. Whitby finds Graham. Brilliant footwork to evade the chasing Oldham defender. I think it was Jack Ormonroyd who turned to Usain Bolt for a minute there. Here's Tibbs. Brilliant yards from Tibbs. Brings Halifax past the halfway line. Quick play the ball. O'Brien finds Whitby. Short ball to Brad Graham, who's onto the field. Who's he come on for? I think it's Ronan Dixon who's come on for. So McCarron will go into the front row. O'Brien, long ball to Fairbank. Throws it on him and keeps hold as Halifax 15 metres out from the Oldham line. Centre field. Last tackle. Also left for O'Brien. He goes left. Oh, they've made an absolute meal of that. Made a Horlicks, a schmozzle. As O'Brien tried to go out the back, but I think he hit Jacob Fairbank on the head. And Halifax lose the enter slightly, but not a bad place to turn it over on Oldham's 10 metre line. With Halifax 10-0 up. Who would have predicted this before the game? Super League applying Oldham with Championship Halifax. Big spending Oldham against the near bankrupt Halifax side from last year. Oh, Halifax have the scrum. My mistake. It must have come off an Oldham hand. I'm mystified to that, but Halifax have the scrum. I don't have the benefit of replay, but play goes on. O'Brien finds Tangata, and Tangata down towards the line. Just held up short. Tackles in the bag on Oldham's line. McCarron evades the flying Ormonroyd, I think it was, flying out the line yet again. O'Brien finds Douglas. Onto Whitby, shows and goes. Gives the ball to Nofaluma. Nofaluma hot stepping. Back inside. Gaps open up for Nofaluma. Still going inside. The door closes. Oldham get to grips with him. 5 metres out. O'Brien goes blind to Douglas. Halifax wants to power the way over again, but Oldham read the script this time. Last one for Fax. O'Brien grubbers it through to the end goal. Lovely kick through. Of Oldham grounded the ball. Halifax scored. Halifax has scored. Oh, it's Ben Crooks. And Halifax scored the 3rd try of the game. What is going on here? Halifax have just not read the RFL script here. Oldham applying for Super League.
He went to kick it dead and Brooks has put it down.
Halifax rank outside in this playoff competition. And going to the first quarter, scored the third try of the evening from Ben Crooks. A brilliant coming through from Adam O'Brien, who's having a brilliant first half. The Oldham man tried to kick it out, missed it completely, and Ben Crooks was there to plump the ball down. Halifax 14-0 up with a kick to come. This was not in the RFL IMG script. And the Halifax fans on that far side are absolutely loving it.
Sit down.
Here's Whitby now. 25 metres out. 9 metres in from touch on this near right hand side. Can he put that 16-0 up after 21 minutes? Up he steps. Oh, brilliant kick. George Whitby. Get in there. Can we keep him, St Helens? After 21 minutes here at Boundary Park in this Betfred Championship playoff eliminator, it's Oldham 0, Halifax 16. Drinkwater with a kick-off. Oh, it's bounced awkwardly. Oh, what a kick-off that is. He's been threatening them all evening, Josh Drinkwater. Brilliant kick towards the corner, and it bounced back out of the clutches of Ben Tibbs. Could do nothing about it. It was a wicked bounce. Perpendicular to him and bounced out into touch, and Oldham have to play the ball 10 metres out. Smith brings on Whitehead, and Whitehead brought down by 3 fast defenders. Finished off by Tangata. Now what have Halifax got in resolve here? Smith takes the line, gets brought down. So it looked like Milner. Wildy waits at dummy half, less than 5 metres out. Goes for Drinkwater. Finds Smith, and Smith comes back against the grain. Halifax defending, Grubbers through. Looking for Briley. Nofaluma picks up. Nofaluma makes a break. Nofaluma's away. Nofaluma's still going. Still going, Nofaluma. Past halfway. Oldham just get to grips with him, but Halifax. Oh, that's this old man in there, Nofaluma. Graham was in support, but they got back in numbers, and Halifax, in the blink of an eye, at 25 metres away from the Oldham line. Brandon Douglas comes off, and Will Calcott comes on his place. Brilliant stint from Douglas as McCarron charges in. Will bring Halifax less than 20 metres out from the Oldham line. O'Brien, one ball to Whitby, showing and going, brings on Fairbank. Oldham defenders are shooting out the line, and Whitby and O'Brien are picking them out. Less than 10 out. O'Brien goes right. Whitby, one ball out to Crooks. Oh, Crooks took his eye off the ball at a crucial moment and drops the ball. But Halifax still have Oldham where they want him, deep in their own territory. PLT gets introduced to Owen McCarron's right shoulder. Wildy finds Farnworth, big contact midfield by O'Brien and Fairbank. Oldham 25 metres out from their own line. Wildy brings on Chapelau, Jay Chapelau. Forgive me if I get Jay and Ted Chapelau mixed up tonight. Here's Ashurst. Good defence coming in there from Brad Graham. Oldham still not past halfway. Drinkwater finds Milner. Great tackle there by Jacob Fairbank. Ball and all tackle. Brilliant tackle, Bobby. Last one for Oldham. Goes back to Smith. Smith puts a spiral bomb really high. Nofaluma underneath. Brilliant take. Hands on to Tibbs. Tibbs hop skipping up the defensive line. Looking for a chick in the armour. And twists it away. Oh, nearly makes the break. Owen Farnworth with an all-important grip And Tim's looking for a penalty, which Matty Lynn ain't giving. Charlie Graham, good yards there. Will bring Halifax past their own 30. Oh, what a game this is. We've been at dummy half. Short ball to Calcott. First touch the ball for Will. And Callie will get towards halfway. O'Brien at dummy half. Shimmies right and goes left. Finds Alfie Johnson. Johnson, great yards after contact. Will find Oldham's 40-metre line and past it. Quick play the ball. O'Brien goes blind again. Tangata goes back against the grain. Great yards from Adzi. Will bring Halifax up to 20 metres from the Oldham line. Last one for Fax. Goes back to Bernal. Finds Whitby. Little delicate chip over the top. Is it going to go dead? Oh, the bounce just evades. The chasing Brad Graham and Oldham will have a much needed 7 tackle set from the goal line dropout. Oh, what a shot from Will Calcott. Ethan Ryan. Calcott stood next to Owen McCarron going, you're not having all the headlines. And McCarron joins in the fun. 2 big shots from Calcott and McCarron. And there we go again. Brilliant shot. Top of the pops. This hits all over the place. Jacob Fairbank this time. As Owen Farnworth takes Oldham past halfway. Wildy waits at dummy half. And Halifax fans getting involved. Drinkwater out the back to Briley. Danger in here. Davey steps back on the inside. He gets the ball back. Evades the Oldham men and Smith takes care of it. And Oldham 15 metres out from the Halifax line. Wildy goes blind. They've got stabbed it this way. Davies, brilliant tackle there from Ben Crooks. Last tackle here for Oldham. Less than 5 out from the line. Goes back to Drinkwater. Pressure on him from Crooks. Kick towards the post. Oh, Halifax snuck it forward. And Calcott picks it up. It's going to be offside. It's going to be a penalty. But Calcott's weighed up his options and it was probably best off that he did. So it's a controlled restart. Because Oldham definitely won't go for 2. As Vila Halafihi comes on. And is it McCarron that's coming off? It's Jacob Fairbank coming off. As Oldham tap and go from underneath the sticks. There's Jay Chappell gets brought down, less than 5 out. What's your defence like now, Fax? Wildy. Short ball, brilliant tackle there from Whitby on Ashurst. As Oldham still less than 5 out. Goal line defence here from Halifax. Milner runs cross field, brings it to Farnworth and Farnworth. Met by Halafihi, great tackle up top. Held out by McCarron. Wildy goes right to Drinkwater. On to Smith, short ball. Oh, they're queuing up for it out the back to Briley. Wrong option there from Oldham. Halifax got to stack it blind. And they get their numbers. Milner gets the ball centre field, nearly puts his nose through Milner. Oh, brought down at the last by Calcott. Last one for Oldham. They go blind. Oh, they've knocked on as well. Brilliant defensive pressure. And Jacob Fairbank on the sideline salutes his teammates. What a defensive effort this is so far from Halifax. And listen to that noise. What an evening this is. And Halifax will have to play the ball on their own 10-metre line. After forcing the error. Here's Tibbs. Good yards there from Tibbs. Quick play the ball too. Sure, that's offside at the marker, but the referee hasn't seen it. I'm not too sure who picked and went. Here's Calcott though. Good footwork at the line. As Oldham really ramping up defensive pressure right now. Halafihi at dummy half. Finds Whitby. Finds space to kick early. Briley's waiting there. And finds Ethan Ryan. Ryan trying to make the break, but Tangata's there. But Oldham will start the set. 5 metres shy of halfway. Here's O'Keefe going centre field. Big shot there. Brilliant contact there. Who else? Owen McCarron. Here's Whitehead. We'll take Oldham past halfway, but McCarron's involved yet again. Oh, sorry, that was Tangata and Calcott. Here's Milner, throws a dummy. Great tackle down low, and it's the error as well. Oldham is spilling the ball at will here. And Halifax will start to set off. 5 metres shy of halfway. Oldham could be panicking here. 16-0 down, remember. Here's Tibbs. From centre field. Will take Halifax past halfway. Wanting a quick play the ball. Surely that's a penalty. Mylin letting this game flow. O'Brien. Goes left. Good run there from Woodburn Hall. Will take Halifax 30 metres out. O'Brien goes blind. Spies the markers broken and would take Halifax within 20 metres. Here's Halafihi. Takes to the line. Does dummy. Halafihi. Oh! Nearly making a break. Halafihi will take Halifax right underneath the sticks. 10 metres out. Option left and right here for O'Brien. He goes right. Whitby. Whitby shows and goes. Finds Nofaluma. Nofaluma says back on the inside. And Nofaluma's over. David Nofaluma scores Halifax's 4th try of the evening. Brilliant play from the Panthers. And Halifax have just not read the script here. And less than 10 minutes to go till half time here. It's Oldham 0. Halifax 20 with a kick to come. And David Nofaluma, who made his debut for Halifax in the fixture here early in the season. Oh, what a fairly ordinary start. Well, that was extraordinary effort there. His 5th try for Halifax in a quite frankly unbelievable stint since joining the club. And Halifax yet again soaking up Oldham pressure on their own line. Have gone up the other end of the field and scored. As Adam Tangata comes to the sidelines to speak to Kyle Eastman. And Kyle Eastman, the Oldham boy, must be delighted. He's a cool customer, is Kyle Eastman. Tough man to read, but inside he must be brimming with how his side have played so far this evening. And yet again, all I can hear are those Halifax fans on the far side standing up to welcome back their boys. Waiting for the kickoff as George Whitby lines up again. He kicks one here. 10 minutes to go. He kicked one here from the same position. Can he flight that ball? Over the sticks once more. Here he comes. Strikes it well. Oh, yes he can. Was there ever any doubt? George Whitby. What a player. What a team. After 33 minutes here, it's Oldham 0, Halifax 22. Wow. Oldham with the kick off again. Drinkwater floats it. Woodburn collects on the fly. Hands on to McCarron. McCarron does well. Makes a couple of metres after contact. Halafihi finds Calcott, and Calcott will bring Halifax up to the 25. Here's Charlie Graham. Brings past a 30. Great leg drive. Great yard after contact there for Charlie Graham. Will bring Halifax up to the 40. Halafihi comes centre field to Nofaluma. Good footwork at the line, but brought down just shy of halfway. Halafihi goes to Whitby, and Whitby, brilliant kick there. Oh, what a kick that is. Can it stay in the field play? Brilliant. What a touch finder. George Whitby has got this game on strings at the moment. Brilliant kick. It's not a 40-20, but it's a brilliant touch finder that's just strangling the life out of this Oldham side right now. And Oldham being forced to play the ball out 10 metres out from their own posts. Calcott and Alfie involved in that tackle as Oldham through Davies. Get to 25 metres out from their own line, put down by Tom Inman, who's come onto the field. What a welcome return he's been for him as Brad Graham, big shot there on PLT. But PLT Leaves markers on the ground. Long ball from Wildy. Here's Smith. Finds Brierley. And Ethan Ryan's away on that far side. Steps back on the inside. Danger signs here. Ethan Ryan. Cal gets back to make the tackle, but the offload comes in. And Oldham, through that, have gone 5 metres shy of Halifax's line. Still tackles here for Oldham. Wildy comes left. Here's Drinkwater. Kicks through. Graham collects. He's going to be trapped in goal, is he? No. Brilliant footwork from Charlie Graham. No. They just keep him in goal. And Oldham force Halifax's second goal line drop out of the evening. But just slight danger signs here of what Oldham have in attack. Brierley feeding his ex-Salford teammate Ethan Ryan. But Halifax got back to stop the move at the expense of a goal line dropout. Less than 5 minutes to go till half time. It's still Oldham 0, Halifax 22. And Halifax taking all the time on the shot clock as Nofaluma scuffs the goal and dropout a little bit. It's an awkward bounce, goes past halfway. And Will Calcott leads the chase and makes a tackle alongside who else but Owen McCarron. He's like an exit missile on his shoulders, Owen McCarron. Big collision there from Tom Inman on Owen Farnworth there as well. He's forced a knock on as well. Brilliant shot there. Tom Inman take a bow and look at the response there from the Halifax players. It's like scoring a try, forcing Oldham's 5th error of this first half. And what a first half it's been for Halifax. 4 tries to 0, 22-0 up. And again, the Halifax fans roaring their appreciation for the effort of their side this evening. Scrum formed. 5 metres shy of halfway. Whitby feeds. Halafihi finds Woodburn-Hall, brings on Alfie Johnson, and Johnson will bring Halifax past halfway. Looking for a quick play of the ball and gets it. Here's Tom Inman. Back from a broken wrist, broken thumb. Here's Calcott. Oh, out the back to Whitby. Drinkwater shot out the line and Whitby did well to collect the pass. It was a bit of a poor pass from Calcott. But Whitby did well and takes his tackle 35 metres away from the line. Here's Calcott. Goes back to route 1. And goes back against the marker and still makes yards up towards the 20. Halafihi in a dummy half. Goes left to Inman. Short ball to McCarron, who makes his first mistake of the evening and drops the ball. But again, not a bad place to turn the ball over. Oldham with the scrum down 15 metres out from their own line with less than 2 minutes to go in this first half. Davies gets it from the scrum. Big collision there from Ben Crooks. The captain leading by example there. Wildy goes blind. Finds Ashurst, and Ashurst enveloped by 3 Fax men. George Whitby. Ben Crooks and Charlie Graham with a tackle. Whitby and Graham sucks down. Love to see it. Mean business. As Farnworth plays the ball in his own 40. Wildy. Long ball out. Short ball from Drinkwater to Chapelhow. Plays the ball on halfway. Wildy. Here's Drinkwater, out the back to Brierley. Brierley steps on the gas, finds Davies. Davies back on the inside. Oh, and it's a shocking pass. Brilliant tackle there for Nofaluma. What a tackle that is. And look at the response of the Halifax players again. Brilliant tackle there from David Nofaluma. And Ryan Brierley not liking the overzealousness of the celebrations, but tough luck, lad. Forcing the error. And I make it Oldham's 6th error of the evening. And David Nofaluma with a real rib tickler on Ben Davies, forcing him to throw an absolutely shocking offload. And with less than 10 seconds to go on the clock in this stadium, I'm reliably informed there's 2 minutes left in this first half. As always, the clock is a guide in this stadium. So yeah, 2 minutes to go till half time. And Halifax have got a long way to go to keeping Oldham to 0 this first half. And Ben Davies, he's thankfully okay. He's up on his feet, which is a good sign. He'll carry on. And Halifax will eventually get the ball played on their own 10 metres. And Tom Inman will bring it to centre field to play the ball. I think some Oldham fans are saying that Davies got caught late, which is absolute nonsense. Great run there. I think it's Alfie Johnson there. Brilliant run there. Start the set off. Here's Calcott. Oh, sorry. Ben Crook, sorry, my mistake. They've got very similar hair. Halifax. Brings on Tibbs. Here's Calcott this time. We'll bring Halifax past halfway. Great run there from Callie. Halifax finds Inman. Short ball to Whitby on to McCarran. Looks a little bit forward there from Whitby, but play goes on. McCarran brought down just inside Oldham's 40. Last one for Halifax. It goes back to Whitby. Whitby will just grubber it through into touch. And PLT had absolutely nothing to do with that. Just turn his back on the ball as the ball goes into touch. And Oldham will have a play the ball on their own 10 metre line as Halifax continue strangling the life out of this Roughead side. As we're inside the last minute of this first half, as Ethan Ryan will try and get Oldham out of danger, but Diz Woodburn all, Tangata and Calcott involved in that tackle. Here's O'Keefer. Big tackle there from Tom Inman. Wildy finds Chapel. Good contact there from Tangata. Can hear the shot from up here. Wildy finds Smith. Names will go through the gap. Smith gets past halfway. Just brought down at the last. First 60 of the evening goes to Oldham. Now can Oldham nick one before half time? Possibly the last tackle of this first half. Wildy goes blind to Drinkwater. Short ball to Ashurst. Ashurst will get brought down inside Oldham's 20. And the booster goes. Play goes on. Last tackle of the half. Drinkwater finds Smith. Long ball out. And Ryan is going to get into touch. It's a brilliant tackle on the far side by Ben Tibbs. And that's the end of a near perfect first half for the Halifax Panthers in this playoff eliminator. And what a response from those Halifax fans on the far side. Eventually Madeline blows the whistle after the half-time hooter. And what a first half it's been. Totally unexpected. After Oldham had 4 sets of 6 on Halifax's line, Halifax fought their way up. And a brilliant try from Charlie Graham for a George Whitby crossfield kick. Then Brandon Douglas, back to back, just powered over. Ben Crooks scored a clever Adam O'Brien grubber kick into the in-goal area, and David Nofaluma stepped inside a gap with George Whitby kicking 3 conversions. So at the half-time score here at Boundary Park, Oldham 0, Halifax Panthers 22. Welcome back to the second half. Oldham have either come out early or Halifax are making them wait. Welcome back to the second half. at this Betfred Championship playoff eliminator here at Boundary Park, with the half-time score of scarcely believable. Oldham 0, Halifax 22. Charlie Graham, Brandon Douglas, Ben Crooks and David Nofaluma, the try scorers, in a near perfect first half for Halifax, and the best first half for many a year, with George Whitby, who's got this game on strings, chipping in with 3 conversions. Can Halifax keep this momentum up? Can they keep this standard performance up? Because Oldham didn't finish third for nothing. They've got so much Super League standard in their ranks. They've applied for Super League, remember? But can Halifax keep them out and get to a playoff semi-final after nearly going out of existence last year? Less than 12 months. A playoff semi-final. Oh, scarcely believable. Massive, massive 40 minutes coming up. Starting from the boot of George Whitby. From the kick-off, Halifax playing right to left, down towards a corner where the amazingly vocal Halifax fans are congregated. Here we go, Whitby. Kicking towards the corner, PLT underneath, collects. And on. Big collision there from Will Calcott, as Oldham will start to set off just behind their own 20-metre line. Chappell takes it in. Hurst takes it in, sorry. Sorry, that was Davies. This is Chappell now. I don't know which one. It's Chappell anyway. Brought down by McCarron, who's had an absolute stormer of a game. Smith comes back on the inside. Great tackle down low by McCarron. Finished off up top by Calcott. Oldham just shy of halfway. Wildy goes left to Drinkwater. Throws a dummy and just takes tackle. Sorry, that was Milner. Goes back to Smith. Smith puts it high. Nofaluma, no real pressure on him. Will return with interest and gets Halifax outside their own 20. Whitby in a dummy half. Finds Charlie Graham. And Graham brought down by 2-3 Oldham defenders. Whitby in a dummy half again. Scrappy play the ball. Here's Crooks. Comes centre field and will take Halifax past their own 30. Great run there by Veal Alafihi. Brings Halifax up towards halfway. O'Brien brings on Calcott. Oh, Will trundle Halifax past halfway. Last one for Fax. O'Brien finds Whitby and Whitby has time to put it high. PLT underneath. Collects it comfortably enough. It's a great chase there. Led by Brad Graham and Ben Crooks. Graham chased from marker as well as Davies. Gets brought down by Alafihi and Tangata. Here's Bryan. Throws the dummy, but goes back and finds Will Calcott waiting for him. Helped out by O'Brien and Tangata once again as Oldham struggling to get out of territory. Wildy comes centre field. Chappell, short ball to Farnworth. Farnworth goes past the 40 despite the attentions of Brad Graham and George Whitby. On the 4th for Oldham. Wildy comes back this way. Here's Chappell again. Jay Chappell. Good tackle there from Calcott. Last one for Oldham. 5 metres inside the Halifax half. Wildy goes back to Drinkwater. Puts it high. Nofaluma comes to collect and does really well. Nearly gets out of the tackle. So strong, David Nofaluma. Whitby finds Charlie Graham. And Graham gets brought down just shy of Halifax 40. Here's Crooks. Great yards there from Ben Crooks. Will play the ball just shy of the halfway line. Here's Tibbs. Tibbs, brilliant run there. Halifax making so much yards there from the outside backs. 35 metres out. O'Brien finds McCarron. Will take Halifax up to 25 metres. Last one for Fax. Ben Tibbs hobbling a little bit. Here's Whitby. Grubbers it through, lovely little kick, waited really well, and PLT knocks it dead. George Whitby has got this game on strings. What is Paul Wellens thinking about not picking George Whitby? I'm loving it though, but he's playing for Halifax and he's bossing it for Halifax. And he forces Oldham's second goal line dropout of the evening. As yet again Halifax just strangling the life out of this Oldham side. Drinkwater with a goal line dropout. Oh, goes over halfway, collected by Woodburn Hall, hands it on to McCarron. And McCarron, strong defence coming in there from Whitehead. O'Brien goes blind, Woodburn Hall, short ball to Tangata. Tangata comes back on the inside, nice play. Twisting the tackle just outside the 20. O'Brien waits at dummy half. Long ball to Alafihi, thought about the pass, slips at the most crucial moment, but he's not held. Steals a couple more metres forwards. Halifax 15 metres from the Oldham line, centre field. O'Brien shoots right and goes left. Finds McCarron. McCarron tries to go between two Oldham defenders. The door closes, less than 5 metres out. O'Brien waits a dummy ass, surveying his options. O'Brien finds Halafihi onto Whitby, short ball to Brad Graham. Brad Graham inching towards the line. Last one for Halifax, less than 5 metres away. O'Brien waits for dummy half, he goes blind. Nofaluma, Grubbers it through. Knocked back, and Halifax got on it. They have. Matty Lynn stops the clock. He's going to get a report from his touch judge. The touch judge has stayed behind the corner flag. And it's looked like it's not going to be a try. Rules a knock on in goal. Oh, so close. It's about sealing this game. Oldham still have a chance at 22-0 down. And they make their way upfield. 7 tackle set from the 20-metre tap as Ethan Ryan will bring Oldham past their own 40. Long ball from Warden dummy half. Here's Drinkwater onto Brierley. Brierley steps on the gas. Here's PLT on the wing, but I think he's come back on the inside. Can Halifax get him out into touch? They've forced him down. He's just staying in the field of play. How's he managed that? But Oldham find themselves inside Halifax's 20. Wildy. Smith throws a dummy. Goes through the gap. Oh. Oldham less than 5 out. They're stacked on this left-hand side. Loose ball. Davies. Last gasp tackle there from Brad Graham and Charlie Graham, is it? Here's Chappellow. Stopped by Calcott. Last one for Oldham. Goes back to Drinkwater. Here's Brierley. Brierley takes it to the line, trying to force way over. Brilliant tackle. Brilliant defence there from Halifax. James Woodburn Hall. And Alfie Johnson and Ben Tibbs involved. As Halifax still keeping Oldham out, still 22 points to nil as Brandon Douglas fresh onto the field. Takes the ball in. Here's Charlie Graham. Graham with some much needed yards out of territory as well. Gets brought down 15 metres away from his own line. O'Brien brings on Douglas again. And Douglas will take Halifax to 25 metres away from the line. O'Brien finds Calcott. Calcott, good yards there, goes past the 40. O'Brien pointing where he wants the players to run at. Goes right, Halafihi. Brought down just shy of halfway, last one for the Panthers. Goes back to Whitby and Whitby puts it high. PLT underneath it, brilliant hit by Crooks, but PLT gets away with Brad Graham there to finish off the tackle. Brilliant chase as Davies carries it on, but Charlie Graham and George Whitby there putting down. Douglas shoots out the line and makes a tackle. Brilliant tackle there from Douglas as Oldham not out their own 30 yet. Finds a way. It's Oldham. Just shy of halfway. Wildy. Finds Chapelau and Chapelau. Ted Chapelau will bring Oldham into Halifax half. Last one for the Ruffians. Goes back to Drinkwater. Drinkwater under a bit of pressure from O'Brien. Puts it high. Graham waits underneath. Charlie Graham takes it really well. Charlie Graham under all sorts of pressure there. Will play the ball 15 metres away from his own line. Here's Crooks. As Oldham shooting out the line, trying to force the error. As Anam Tangata makes way for Jacob Fairbank. Halafihi, short ball to Tibbs. And Tibbs gets brought down 25 metres out from his own line. O'Brien, short ball to Fairbank. Tries to go over the top of O'Keefer. Quick play the ball. O'Brien goes blind. Woodburn all. Short ball to Johnson. Johnson gets the ball to Tibbs. Tibbs draws the fullback. Just go himself. Tibbs. Bung it side to Woodburn all. And Halifax get the first try of the second half. And it's not the moment that Halifax placed one big foot in the semi-final. Brilliant blindside play by Adam O'Brien. Woodburn all picked out the right pass. Alfie Johnson went through the gap, got the ball away to Tibbs, and Tibbs, like he has done on a couple of occasions this year, drew the fullback. Perfect pass to Woodburn all. And James Woodburn all back in the side, goes into double figures for tries in 2025. And after 10 minutes of the second half, Halifax go 26-0 up with a kick to come. And is that the fatal blow of this Oldham side? What a start to the second half for Halifax. Again, soaking up Oldham pressure. I've gone up the other end of the field and scored. And I've said it before, the last few games, but when we get it right, boy, we're a good side to watch, and we can beat anyone in this division. As Whitby lines up his simplest shot of the evening, just to the left-hand side of the post. He's taking it back 15, 16 metres. Up he steps, straight through the post. George Whitby, 4 from 5. And after 11 minutes of the second half, Halifax strike first blood. It's Oldham 0, Halifax 28. And that was a try of the season. Standard try. Drinkwater with another awkward kickoff, but Ben Tibbs, such a confidence player, and after his poor judgment for not diving over the line against Oldham and being dropped by Kyle Eastman for a few games, it's come back into the side, and he's been one of Halifax's form player, Ben Tibbs. Here's Calcott, and Halifax roared on by those Halifax fans over there. Whitby kicks in the tackle count, looking for a 40-20. There's no one at home. Charlie Graham's chasing. Oh, what a kick and chase. George Whitby, what a game. And Charlie Graham, that's off. What a chase. As Halifax playing with all the confidence. The Panthers are the tails up here. Roared on by those Halifax fans. Oldham, nice offload to Ethan Ryan. Steps back on the inside. He can't this Oldham side out just yet. There's a man down in back play for Halifax. I think it's McCarron. I know it's Woodburn all. Play goes on. Oldham get into Halifax territory. Last one. 10 metres inside the Halifax half. Wilder goes for dummy half. They've lost away a little bit. Drinkwater with a poor kick. Here's goes a pass to Nofaluma. And Nofaluma will take the tackle, and the play will stop because James Woodburn all, I think, must have caught a stray boot from an Oldham man. He's covered his face. After scoring the try, the season winner, he's down in back play. Hopefully it's not that serious. He's back up on his feet. He's very, very groggy, walking to the sidelines. He may well be going off for head injury assessment. Hopefully he's okay. And Tom Inman will come on in his place. But he does not look good at all walking off the field. As Halifax fans sing, facts are on fire, and they have been tonight. Here's Fairbank, great run there. Gets brought down on the 30-metre line. Inman at dummy half. O'Brien at dummy half, finds Tibbs, and Tibbs gets brought down on the 40. O'Brien finds Douglas. Douglas takes 4 men to stop him. Just shy of halfway. Here's Halifax, finds Whitby. Short ball to Graham, and Graham, with their esteem, will take Halifax into Oldham's half. Oh, they forced a knock on. The second error of the half for Halifax. And for the first time in a while, Oldham will start to set off in relatively good attacking position. As Halifax fans having a disco on the far end of the field. Who can blame him? 25 minutes to go. Oldham 0, Halifax 28. As Wilder feels it from the scrum. Davies gets brought down by Inman. Calcott and Brad Graham. Big collision coming in there from Douglas, Halifax and Fairbank. Oldham spread it left. Short ball to Ashurst. Great tackle there. Brad Graham and George Whitby. Here's Drinkwater. Shows it and just hands it on to Hurst. Gets the offload away. Wildy finds Drinkwater. Losing away a little bit, but the ball goes to Davies. Davies sets back on the inside. But Halifax survive. Just still tackles here for Oldham. Goes back. Smith, loose ball. He goes behind Brierley. And Brierley has to dive on the ball, pick it up. And who's there? Jacob Fairbank. Dives on him. Last one for Oldham. Goes back to Smith. Dinks the ball over the top. And Nofaluma claims comfortably. Nofaluma just about got away with that. With a bit of scrappy play of the ball. David Nofaluma and Josh Whitby. Wow. We've got these two in our team. Anything's possible. But a supporting cast of lots of other classy players. Fine, Halifax 28-0 up, and they're going the blind side again. Douglas bumps off Ryan Brierley. We'll find halfway. Sorry, it was Morgan Smithy bumped off. Inman brings on Calcott. Big collision on Wilder, but he bounces off, and no one alters Will Calcott. Will bring Halifax inside Oldham's 40. Last one. Slow play the ball. It goes back to Whitby. And Whitby puts it high. Crooks underneath it. PLT. Great take from PLT. Under all sorts of pressure there. But it's a bit of a scrapping back play. Play goes on. Halifax got to concentrate here. The ball goes wide. O'Keefe sets back on the inside. Bumps off Fairbank. Johnson gets brought down. And play carries on. I'm not sure what was going on, but play carries on. PLT finds himself on his other wing. Brought down by Inman. As Hurst will bring Oldham just 5 metres shy of halfway. Wildy finds Milner, takes to the line, throws the dummy. Brought down by Halifax. Finished off by Calcott. Last one for Oldham. 40 minutes Halifax's line. Drinkwater under pressure from O'Brien. Puts it high. Graham underneath it. Charlie Graham it is. Collects well under a bit of pressure from the Oldham man. Play the ball on his own 10 metre line. Here's Crooks. Does well. Gets Halifax up to the 20 with 3 Oldham men on him. Here's Ben Tibbs. Ben Tibbs. He's really in the mood tonight, Ben Tibbs. Great run. Bring Halifax past the 40. Quick play the ball. Here's Whitby. Short ball to Douglas. And Douglas will rampage Halifax up to halfway. O'Brien waits a dummy half. Finds Halifax. Loose ball. Whitby collects on the foot. Oh! How the hell did he catch that? Last one for Fax. Goes back to Inman. Inman puts it high. Spiral bomb up. Bryle underneath it. Collects it. There's a wall of black in front of him. Tries to go outside of Graham, but hands it on to PLT. PLT stepping back on the inside. Spins out of Ben Crook's tackle. Still going out the back. Drinkwater finds Ethan Ryan. Desperate defence here from Halifax. Great tackle from Alfie Johnson. Finished off by Bobby Fairbank. That's a 6 again for Oldham. Based on the first tackle, so no real damage there. But Oldham will take it past halfway. Wildy goes blind, but comes back on the inside. Milner, short ball. And Chappell brought down by Brad Graham and Brandon Douglas. As Oldham getting to within about 15 metres of Halifax's line. Wildy goes left. Here's Drinkwater. Ashurst, and the powers over the line, but Halifax get back in numbers. Halifax desperate to keep Oldham for 0. Cover through. Collected by Fairbank. And can Fairbank get back in the field of play? No, he's just trapped. In goal. Oldham force Halifax's 3rd goal line drop out of the evening. But Halifax still comfortable enough. As the Oldham fans trying to rally the side, but just as loud, if not louder, the Halifax fans on the far side of the ground. They're trying to roar their boys home. 20 minutes to go here, still Oldham 0, Halifax 28. Noffaloon with the goal line drop out. Good contact, booms it, bounces over halfway, collected by Chappell. Great shot there by Fairbank on Ted Chappell, finished off by Brad Graham. Great shot there on Hurst. Oh no, sorry, on Ormondroyd. Drinkwater finds Smith, tipped on by Briley. Here's Davies. Davies sets back on the inside. Brilliant tackle there from Crooks. Oh! Still tackles here for Oldham. Wildy finds Milner. Milner sets back on the inside. It's going down a dead end here. And Milner has taken tackle. Oldham have lost away a little bit there. Milner brought down inside Halifax's 10 by Calcott. Drinkwater finds Smith. Nice little doing to Briley. Briley finds Ethan Ryan. Ethan Ryan steps back inside. And Oldham will score. 18 minutes to go. Ethan Ryan scores Oldham's first try of the evening. No real celebration from the Oldham players. And Halifax look mighty annoyed for conceding that try, but they were the numbers well, and Ethan Ryan stepped really well back on the inside and scored 5 metres inside this right hand touchline. Drinkwater wasting no time with a conversion attempt for the right hand side. Right side for a left-footed kicker, Drinkwater. Has he pulled it? Yes, he has. He sliced it left-hand side. Maybe that's what you get for rushing, maybe. But the score remains. Halifax still 24 points ahead. Coming up to the last 15 minutes of this game. It's Oldham 4, Halifax 28. And Halifax taking the time to walk back up to halfway. It's all psychological. The clock's been stopped by the referee. But it's all psychological. It's all mind games. You've got to love it. Whitby with the kick-off. Puts it high. PLT underneath it, collects it. And onto Ormondroy. Well met there by a welcome committee of 3 Panthers defenders. Calcott, Crooks and Brad Graham. Here's Davies. Brought down by Whitby and Fairbank. Wildy finds Milner, who finds Chapel. Gets brought down 10 metres shy of halfway. Here's Milner, throws a dummy back on the inside, gets the ball away. Oh, on the bounce to Chapel, and Chapel did well to keep hold, and Oldham steal 10 metres just inside Halifax's half now. Wildy goes blind. Smith sets back on the inside. A tired challenge there from Wayne McCarron. Last one from Oldham, just outside Halifax's 20. Drinkwater, crossfield kick. Not challenging the try line, but Davies collects. Throws it backwards. PLT collects. Can Whitby make the tackle? No, he gets out of the challenge. PLT, the hot stepper. Fairbank, oh, he's going to challenge a Fairbank. Long ball out. O'Keefe kicks it over the top. Tibbs collects and goes down. And Tibbs wins it. Oh no! He's given. Oh, and Tibbs. Yeah, Tibbs showing some naivety there. He went to ground, got up, and then they just picked him out into touch. And Oldham have another set of 6 on the Halifax line. From the play, the ball right underneath the sticks. Massive moment in this game. An Oldham try here, and they're well back in it. Great tackle first off from Brandon Douglas here. As Oldham inside Halifax's 10. Wildy finds Smith onto Drinkwater, out the back to Briley. Tip pass on. Surely that's a knock on from the Oldham man. But Halifax pick it up. Surely that's got to be play on, unless he's found a second knock on. Charlie Graham ran away. Matty Lynn's brought it back. What's in here? It's an Halifax ball, so it must have been an Halifax knock on. Yeah, it should have been play on. But the most important thing is Oldham knocked on. Their first error of their second half, from my reckoning. And Halifax do survive that Oldham pressure. The scrum 15 metres out of their own line. Tibbs hopefully has not lost a bit of confidence from that mistake there. And Halifax begging for a 6 again, but play goes on. Douglas does well to spin out the challenge of the on-rushing Adam Milner. Will play the ball 30 metres out from his own line. Here's McCarron. Oh, that's a tip tackle there. And that's a bad one. Close to the ground, but he didn't need to drive him into the ground. And Halifax win their first penalty this second half. And again, Matty Lynn will be lenient. But Halifax will get out of danger. Whitby will kick Halifax 30 metres from Oldham's line. Alfie Johnson taps and goes himself, and will get inside Halifax's Oldham's 20 metre line. O'Brien waits a dummy half. Inman at first receiver, brings on Fairbank, and Fairbank bounces off the own defender. Takes 3 men to stop Bobby Fairbank. They can't bring him down, they just hold him where he stands. O'Brien, long ball out to Whitby, takes to the line, shows and goes, George Whitby, nearly through the gap, inside Oldham's 10. Can Halifax get this match-breaking try as Douglas nearly tries over again? 2 metres out from the line, O'Brien waits. Long ball out the back, Nofaluma. Sets back on the inside, Nofaluma. Oh, they hold on to him. Charlie Graham sets back inside and takes his tackle 5 metres out. Oldham, panic station in defence. Last one for Halifax. Goes back to Inman, covers it through. Looking for the chasers. Oh, and Oldham just bats it dead. Forcing the goal line dropout. Brilliant kick there from Tom Inman. And again, what a response to points and pressure. And listen to the noise of those Halifax fans. They're roaring their boys home. Coming up to the last 10 minutes. Drinkwater with a grubber dropout. O'Brien knocks it back. It's play on as Brad Graham collects. They tried a short dropout. It didn't work. And Halifax have 6 tackles. 15 metres out from the Oldham line. Hinman short ball to Calcott. Calcott brought down by 2 Oldham defenders. 10 metres out. O'Brien shoots right and goes left. Inman brings on McCarran. McCarran still going towards the line. Brought down less than 5 out. O'Brien scheming. Finds Calcott. Onto Whitby. Whitby finds Nofaluma. Nofaluma steps back inside. Nofaluma goes back on the outside. Long ball has Charlie Graham. And Charlie Graham's in. And it's not the try that takes Halifax into the semi-final. David Nofaluma with a robin out of the hair, and Charlie Graham with his 2nd try of the game. Is that the moment that Halifax upset everyone? Not least Super League chasing Oldham to go 32 points to 4 up with a kick to come with 10 minutes to go. Oldham 4, Halifax 32. Puts him level, 13 tries. Charlie Graham with Ben Tibbs for the Johnny Freeman Memorial Trophy for the top try scorer of the year. But more importantly than that, Halifax have 2 feet and 9 toes in the Betfred Championship semi-final. As George Whitby lines up on that far side. Can he put Halifax 5 scores up to put it really, really, really out of sight? And again, what character this side has.
How long's left, sir?
10.5.
Thank you.
And we're very reliably informed there's 10.5 minutes to go in this game. The clock in the ground says 72 as George Whitby, 26 metres out, right on that far touchline. Up he steps. He's certainly got the length. Oh, and he's got it! Yes! George Whitby kicks his 5th goal of the game to put Halifax 5 scores up. And with 10 minutes to go, it's Oldham 4, Halifax 34. Wow. And those Halifax fans are going wild on that far side. Short kick out from Drinkwater, collected comfortably by Johnson. Poor kick off there from Drinkwater. And Halifax just have to relax now. O'Brien finds Calcott as the Halifax fans standing to salute their side on that far side. O'Brien Finds Fairbanks, short ball to Douglas, will take Halifax past halfway. Halifax playing with a bit of freedom now. Scrappy play the ball, Matty Lynn continues. Oh, and that looks a bit of an high tackle. Matty Lynn rules it was the shoulder. Last tackle, goes back to Whitby, and Whitby will just grubber it through, into touch, will he? No, he's going to go straight dead, and that's George Whitby's first error of the game. He's having an outstanding game. It's either him or David Nofaluma who were man of the match. Personally, I think Whitby has been amazing, but Nofaluma just absolute. From the first game he played here against Oldham, where he looked very underwhelming, played him out in the centres, but he's shown all his NRL class. West Tigers all-time leading try scorer, has been arguably Halifax's player of the second half of this year. And alongside George Whitby, has seen Halifax home tonight as an Oldham player leaves the field, helped by the medical staff there. Hopefully it's not too bad. Yep. So at the moment he's looking very, very likely, with Bradford winning comfortably against Featherstone. Halifax will be going away next weekend to the Eliminator Community Stadium to play top of the table York, and in this mood, with this standard of play, who would bet against them winning again? Another upset as Brandon Douglas fires in for another bone-crushing tackle, and he's there again on Ethan Ryan and keeps hold. Brilliant defence from Brandon Douglas. Wildy finds Milner onto Drinkwater. Brilliant tackle there from Ben Crooks, the captain leading by example there. Here's Farnworth, great shot there by Brad Graham. What a game he's out of the bench, Brad Graham. Wildy comes out from dummy half, finds Milner, out of the back to Smith. Great tackle coming in there, Tom Inman and Owen McCarron. Wildy goes centre field to Milner. Poor pass, rolls in front of Drinkwater. Ashurst picks off the floor and put down by George Whitby. Last tackle for Oldham, 40 metres out, goes back to Drinkwater, puts it high. Nofaluma and Graham underneath it. Nofaluma comes to claim. Oldham collects, but they've knocked it forward. There's another error there. But sure, that's the first knock on from Oldham. And will Halifax have to play the ball? They will. And the Oldham fans, the natives are getting restless. And my behaviour's fine tonight. And Halifax have to play the ball 10 metres out from their own line as Crooks gets pushed back for the first time this game. Crooks has had a really good game in running out from backfield alongside this man Charlie Graham. From 1 to 17 it's been a brilliant team performance from Halifax. Here's Ronan Dixon back on the field. Will take his tackle 25 metres out from the line as O'Brien, who ran the show from dummy half. As Halifax fans sing, twist and shout on the far side, yes! Last one for the Panthers, just over halfway. Whitby grubbers it towards touch. PLT collects. And Halifax are twisting and shouting their way into the semi-final. Great tackle coming in again from Brad Graham. Great tackle chopped in down low. Oh, and Crooks went too high there. But the referee ruled it was round the shoulder. Wildy. Nice Chapelau. He's brought down by 3 Halifax defenders. Just shy of halfway Wilder goes blind. Goes back inside, looking for a gap. Put down by Ronan Dixon. Important tackle there. Last one for Oldham, 30 metres out. Milner sets back on the inside, grubbers it through, collects his own kick, still grubbers it through, still going. Well, picked up by George Whitby. Brilliant play. Steps out of one tackle, steps out of two, brought down on his own 20. George Whitby. And how I wish I was on those terraces, on those seats over there. They're having a party over there, Halifax fans. You can't blame them. As Charlie Graham plays the ball. Here's Dixon, rampaging past halfway. Great run by Dixon. Might not get that many minutes, but he certainly uses them well, Ronan Dixon. Oh, he's come off second best on that tackle as Calcott carries on. Past the 40, last one for Halifax. As Calcott slowly gets to his feet, goes back to Inman. Inman grubbers it towards Ethan Ryan. Brilliant kick. And Ethan Ryan's got nowhere to go. Brilliant, brilliant chase from Halifax. You'd think they were chasing the game. They were chasing upfield there. Briley jumps out from dummy half. Great tackle there by Alfie Johnson. 5 minutes to go here. Oldham 4. Oldham 4. Halifax 34. As Ethan Ryan brought down again by Jacob Fairbank. Drinkwater, short ball to Ashurst, but it's a great shot there by George Whitby. They say he's got defensive frailties as George Whitby. Well, he hasn't showed them tonight. Here's PLT. Cracked to the ground by Calcott. Managed to get the ball away. Here's Hurst. Great tackle there by Alfie Johnson. Brilliant tree chopper there. Last one for Oldham. 5 metres shy of halfway. Goes back to Drinkwater. Under pressure from Inman. Nofaluma waits. Collects it. No pressure on. There's no Oldham player within 20 metres of him. Nofaluma looking to break, but gets brought down. 30 metres away from his own line. The clock inside the stadium has already ticked to 80, but there's just under 5 minutes left. As Halifax, it's all about self-preservation now. No daft tackles, no tap penalties, no injuries. Hopefully James Burnall's okay. As Crooks plays the ball 5 metres inside the Oldham half. Here's Tibbs. Brings Halifax within 30 metres of the Oldham line. Here's Alafihi. Oh, Fairbank, sorry, it's Fairbank! Jacob Fairbank! Oh, what a try! That's the try of the season! Jacob Bobby Fairbank has put a brilliant cherry on top of this cake we've been served tonight. And Halifax are going to York with all the confidence. 6 wins on the spin. And Jacob Fairbank with a brilliant step. Put him at stand-off next week. What a try. And Jacob Fairbanks got his 3rd try of the year. And puts a lovely, lovely, lovely stamp on this game. What a game. Playoff rugby, you've got to time your run well. And Halifax have been yearning for an 80-minute performance. It's come, and it's come at the right time. And George Whitby, what a game he's had. Can he make it? Oldham 4, Halifax 40. Wow, what odds would you have got on that for that game? There'd have been long odds against Sean Long's side. I wonder if you had a bet on it tonight. As George Whitby attempts his kick at goal. As you can see, lots of empty seats in Boundary Park now as the Oldham fans are going home. Whitby, oh, what a kick! George Whitby 6 from 7. As Halifax make it 40 points to 4. Who would want to play Halifax at this moment in time? 6 wins on the spin and have destroyed one of the best teams in the Championship this year. Super League budget, Super League players, Super League ambition, but they've been made to look rather ordinary by Championship Halifax. Less than 12 months ago, nearly going out of existence. Short kick-off from Oldham is knocked on. And Halifax may well finish off this game in possession, the last minute of this game.
See, that's not bad.
No. And Halifax have the scrum on their own 30-metre line as we tick towards the end of this game, the final minute of this game. Here's Johnson with Halifax. We'll look to try and finish with a try here. Alfie Johnson plays the ball really slow there. As Oldham forced the error from Ronan Dixon, but it matters not really. The kick through and out Ben Tibbs. What a control that kick there. Inside up for Halifax Town or Oldham Athletic. As the hoot is about to blow, Ben Tibbs is going to be tackled. And there it is! What a performance! After nearly going out of business less than 12 months ago, Kyle Eastman has taken over and have sent Halifax into the semi-finals of the 2025 Betfred Championship playoffs. 6 wins on the spin, and Halifax will go to York next weekend full of confidence. 7 tries to 1. Charlie Graham with 2, Brandon Douglas, Ben Crooks, David Nofaluma, James Woodburn-Hall, and a very special try at the end from Jacob Fairbank. George Whitby chipped in with 6 goals from 7, who was my man of the match for sure. Ethan Ryan got a consolation for Oldham, but Halifax stormed through into the semi-finals. The final score here at Boundary Park: Oldham 4, Halifax Panthers 40. Yes!